Ye Catholic statesmen and churchmen rejoice, and praise heaven's goddess with heart and with voice. None greater on earth or in heaven than she, some say she's as good as the best of three. Her miracles bold were famous of old, but braver than this was never yet told. 'Tis pity that every Catholic living had not heard on't before the last day of Thanksgiving. In Lombardy land great Modena's duchess was snatched from her empire by death's cruel clutches. When to heaven she came, forth thither she went. Each angel received her with joy and content. On her knees she fell down before the bright throne, and begged that God's mother would grant her one boon. Give England a son in this critical point, to put little Orange's nose out of joint. As soon as Our Lady had heard her petition, to Gabriel the angel she straight gave commission. She plucked off her smock from her shoulders divine, and charged him to hasten to England's fair queen. Go to the royal dame to give her the same, and bid her forever to praise my great name. For I in her favour will work such a wonder, shall keep the most insolent heretic under. Tell James, my best son, his part in the matter will be with this only to cover my daughter. Let him put it upon her with his own royal hand, then let him go travel and visit the land. And the spirit of love shall descend from above, though not as before in the shape of a dove, yet down he shall come in some shape or other, perhaps like Count Donna, and make her a mother. This message with hearts full of faith was received, and the next news we heard was Queen Mary conceived. You great ones converted, poor cheated dissenters, grave judges, lords, bishops, and common consenters, you commissioners all ecclesiastical, from Margaret the doubtful to Chester the tall, pray heaven to strengthen her majesty's placket, for if this trick fail them, beware of their jacket.
Yoshida news of the Dutch, dear Frank, Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk, that they intend to play us a prank. Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk. But if they boldly dare come ashore, Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk, some may repent themselves full sore. Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk. But the brave English, Irish, and Scotch, Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk, will in their guts make such a hodgepodge. Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk. Better they'd stuck to the herring trade, Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk. For in a pickle themselves shall be laid, Sutter, King Hogen, Harry van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. What though they have laid their heads together, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. No orange can thrive if prove bad weather, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. Woe be to them if Dartmouth the Great, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk, should fall upon them with his whole fleet, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. Past the port bay for fear it should freeze, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. For then I fact your orange will squeeze, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk. Hogen, Mogen, Hogen, Mogen, Sutterken, Hogen, herring van Dunk.
The government being resolved to new furnish the house of state, has thought fit to put off the old that was rusty and worn out of date. When come all ye state brokers away, and take up our old-fashioned trinkums, you for a small matter may buy that which cost the price of 3 kingdoms. Quoth Jamie the bigoted king, quoth Jamie the politic thing, with a threadbare and a Catholic troth that never was worth a farthing. Here's what was to cleanse church and state, the bosom of reformation, brought in by Harry the VIII and Bess's grave convocation. Here are divers conformity acts, the penal laws and all, with a parcel of overruled statutes kicked out by Westminster Hall. Quoth Jamie the bigoted king, quoth Jamie the politic thing, with a threadbare and a Catholic troth that never was worth a farthing. Come by the old tapestry hangings which hung in the House of Lords, that kept the Spanish invasion and power plot on records. A musty old Magna Carta that wants only scouring and cleaning, writ so long since and so dark too that it's hard to pick out the meaning. Quoth Jamie the bigoted king, quoth Jamie the politic thing, with a threadbare and a Catholic troth that never was worth a farthing. Here's a pack of nasty court cards, much fouled with overplaying, condemned to the fields of Tom Turd, for they never were worth the buying. A pitiful tattered Scotch League, swallowed merely to trap and men, took by the king in intrigue, and afterwards burnt by the hangman. Quoth Jamie the bigoted king, quoth Jamie the politic king, with a threadbare and a Catholic troth that never was worth a farthing. 3 Protestant visors much worn, and in use since the days of Queen Bess, which now we have laid by with scorn, been resolved to appear with bare face. come by a thing borrowed from breads, called a royal declaration, which of late we have copied at large, having promised to keep up the fashion. Of old Simon the King, quoth Jamie the politic thing, with a threadbare and a Catholic troth that never was worth a farthing. A parcel of congé des Seers by heretic bishops owned, the reward of old cavaliers for their loyalty to the crown. Here's your corporation charters and university regulations, for all which as cheap as you may barter, as for cucumbers in the vacation. Quoth Jamie the bigoted king, quoth Jamie the politic thing, with a threadbare and a Catholic troth that never was worth a farthing. Here's a crew of exclusion abhorrers and a litter of loyal addressers who'd have run to the devil for us when they bullied for popish successors. But now that they're down in the mouth, their damning and hell thing forsakes 'em. If you think I'm not a penny worth, for fetching the devil may take 'em. Quoth Jamie the bigoted king, quoth Jamie the politic thing, with a threadbare and a Catholic troth that never was worth a farthing. Here's a tribe of mad pulpiteers that still for right line were a-trimming, will exchange 'em for bandoliers and leave 'em to vrim and thimming. Here's a cartload of observators that were in writ in defense of the church by Hodge, that eternal praetor, whose quill is now left in the lurch. Quoth Jamie the bigoted king, quoth Jamie the politic thing, with a threadbare and a Catholic troth that never was worth a farthing. Will you buy any Protestant places in army or where you think best, sir? Those that think to keep 'em are arses when once we are rid of the test, sir. And thus will I end my sail, with the bar to either house, if we get but over it well. For the rest I care not a louse. Quoth Jamie the bigoted king, quoth Jamie the politic thing, with a threadbare and a Catholic troth that never was worth a farthing.
Oh, brother, take us hear the decree,
Lilliburlero, Bodleian,
that we shall have a new deputy.
Lilliburlero, Bodleian, Lero, Lero, Lero.
Talbot,
Lilliburlero bungenala,
and he will cut a the English trot.
Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala.
Oh, I show the English to prat,
Lilliburlero bungenala,
the law's on their side and Christ knows what.
Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala.
But if dispense still come from the Pope,
Lilliburlero bungenala,
will handmen cotton themselves in a rope.
Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala.
And the good Talbot is made a lord,
Lilliburlero bungenala,
and he with brave lads is coming aboard.
Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala.
Who all in France have taken a swear,
Lilliburlero bungenala,
that they will have no Protestant heir.
Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala.
Oh, but why does he stay behind?
Lilliburlero bungenala,
Oh, be my shoal, 'tis a Protestant wind.
Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala.
Now Tyrconnell is come ashore,
Lilliburlero bungenala,
and we shall have commissions galore.
Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala.
And he that will not go to mass,
Lilliburlero bungenala,
shall turn out and look like an ass.
Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala.
Now the heretics all go down.
Lilliburlero bungenala,
By Christ and St. Patrick the nations are own.
Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala, lero, 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 Lilliburlero bungenala.
From an old inquisition and new declaration, from freedom of conscience and Whig toleration, 'gainst conscience imposing upon the whole nation, forever good heaven deliver me. From knaves would set up a dispensative power, to pull down the test unto which we have swore, by imposing a greater than any before. Forever, good heaven, deliver me from the court's triumvirate's counsel in vain, the father confessor, that cheater of men, the hypocrite Loeb, and that Jesuit pen. Forever, good heaven, deliver me from losing the set in a passion and flame, by taking 7 men up and hoping the same, to recover by playing an after-back game. Forever, good heaven, deliver me from a schismatic state and a Catholic court, from packing a jury in hopes to be fort, from shopping the bishops the church to support. Forever, good heaven, deliver me from Puritans' malice and Jesuits' spite, from showing our teeth without power to bite, against our own conscience from doing of right. Forever, good heaven, deliver me from making a panel the prelates to blast, in hopes with St. Peter their lordships to cast, and finding it all ignoramus at last. Forever, good heaven, deliver me.
From Braydon's penniless subordination, and from a bar of assassination, libera nos, Domine. From a lawyer that scolds like an oyster wench, from an English body and a mind that is French, and from the newborner upon the bench, libera nos, Domine. From the partial preaching that is now in fashion, from divinity to undonation, from wooden shoes and transubstantiation, libera nos, Domine. From the nonsensical cant of a loyal addresser, from the impudent shams of popish professor, and from Protestant zeal in a popish successor, libera nos, Domine. From all those sounds within their nonage that would both our laws and liberties forage, and sell their birthright for a mess of court pottage, libera nos, Domine. From juries that murder do justice call, and undoing of men a matter but small, and from the Star Chamber in Westminster Hall, libera nos, Domine.
Chester, farewell Cross, farewell Chester, farewell Us, farewell Peterborough, farewell Toul, farewell Sunderland, farewell Full, farewell Milford, farewell Scott, farewell Butler, farewell Sott, farewell Roger, farewell Trimmer, farewell Dryden, farewell Rimmer. Farewell Brent, farewell Villain, farewell Right, worse than Priscillan, farewell Chancellor, farewell Mace, farewell Prince, farewell Race, farewell Queen, farewell Passion, farewell King, farewell Nation, farewell Priest and farewell Pope, farewell all deserve a rope, farewell Priest and farewell Pope, farewell all deserve a rope.
Good people, come buy the fruit that I cry, that now is in season, though winter is nigh. 'Twill do you all good and sweeten your blood. Sure it will please you when once understood 'tis an orange.
Good people, I pray, throw the orange away. 'Tis a very sour fruit and was first brought in play when good Judith Wilk in her pocket brought milk, and with cushions and warming pans labored to bilk the same orange.
Its cordial juice does much vigor produce, may well recommend it to every man's use, though some it quite chills and with fear almost kills, yet certain each honest man benefit feels by an orange.
When the army retreats and the parliament sits to vote our king the true use of his wits, 'twill be a sad mains when all he obtains is to have his calf's head dressed with other men's brains and an orange.
To make claret go down sometimes there is found jolly good health to pass pleasantly round, but yet I'll protest without any jest, its flavor is better than that of the taste of an orange.
The sins of his youth made him think of one truth, where he sprawled from his lungs and bled twice at the mouth, that your fresh sort of food does his carcass more good, and the damn thing that cured his putrefied blood was an orange.
Perhaps ye may think at Whitehall they stink, because that our neighbours come over the sea, yet sure 'tis presumed that they may be perfumed by the scent of a clove when once it is stuck in an orange.
Since Lewis was cut from his breech to the gut, France fancies and Ovenar's delicate fruit, we wiser than so have 2 strings to our bow, for we've a good queen that's an Ovenar stew and an orange.
If they'd cure the ails of the Prince of Wales, when the milk of Milch Tyler does not well agree, though he's subject to cast, they may better the test, but let him take heed lest it curdle at last with an orange.
Till Nanny writ much to the rebels the Dutch, her mother, good woman, ne'er owed her a grudge, and the box of the ear made the matter appear, that the only foul savour the queen could not bear was an orange.
Old stories rehearse in prose and in verse how a Welsh child was found by loving of cheese, so this will be known if it be the queen's own, for the taste is utterly then will disown of an orange.
Lo Pen and a score of those honest men more will find this same orange exceedingly sour. The queen to be seized will be very ill pleased, and so will King Pippin too dry to be squeezed by an orange.
Though the mobile ball, like the devil and all, for religion, property, justice, and laws. Yet in very good sooth, I'll tell you the truth. There nothing is better to stop a man's mouth than an orange.
Good people, I pray, throw the orange away. 'Tis a very sour fruit and was first brought in play when good Judith Wilk in her pocket brought milk, and with cushions and warming pans labored to build the same orange. Consent is all the cry of the nation, which now may be, since Popery is growing out of passion.
The Belgic troops approach to town, the oranges come pouring, and all the lords agree as one
to send the Papists scouring.
The holy man shall lead the man, our father and confessor. In robes of red, the Jesuits fled, who was the chief transgressor.
In this disguise he thought to escape, and hoped to save his bacon. But he has laid a trap.
The rat may be retaken, the nuncio too, the day may rule, and he came o'er the ocean in the English court to keep's resort and teach his blind devotion.
The prelates Ellis, Smith, and Ho have sold their coach and horses, and will no longer in Whitehall
foment their learned discourses.
But the groom of the stool, the blade, the fool, full sorely will repent it, and Sunderland did barefoot stand, for penance shall lament it.
Ilford and the Scotch are fled, with hopes of interest tempted. Those lords did turn for want of bread,
and not to be exempted. Salisbury, what cause had he to fear his highness landing, who by his arse and legs might pass for one of understanding?
To take up arms at such a time against the rules were gave him, his head must answer for the crime.
His pardon will not save him.
The friars and monks, with all their punks, are now upon the scamper. Tribunals swears, and rats and tears, and tea does make a clamor.
The foreign priests that posted o'er into the English nation do now repent on that shore.
They laid their wee foundation. 'Twould be a sight, would move delight in each obdurate varlet,
To see the graves that made us slaves,
and in dispensing scarlet,
And every popish counsellor that for the same cause pleaded shall all turn off at the same score,
be hanged or else beheaded. In Rome there is a most fearful rout, and what you think it is about, because the birth of a babe's come out. Sing lullaby, baby, bye, bye, bye.
The Jesuits swear the midwife told tales and ruined His Highness the Prince of Wales. She's a jade for his pain, got splatter snails.
Sing lullaby, baby, bye, bye, bye. The popish crew did all protest that 20 great men would swear at least they see His Welsh Highness creep out of his nest. Sing lullaby, baby, bye, bye, bye.
The goggle-eyed monster in the tower, he'd peep at his birth for above an hour, and 'twas a true Prince of Wales, he swore.
Sing lullaby, baby, bye, bye, bye. Another great lord, both grave and wise, stood peeping between Her Majesty's thighs. He looked through a glass for to save his eyes. Sing lullaby, baby, bye, bye, bye.
Both were so well satisfied, they knew sweet babe from 1,000, they cried. 'Twas born with a print of a tile on his side.
Sing lullaby, baby, bye, bye, bye. Some say 'tis a Prince of Wales by right, and those that deny 'tis out of spite. But God send the mother came honestly by it. Sing lullaby, baby, bye, bye, bye.
Some priest, they say, crept nigh her honor, and sprinkled some good holy water upon her, which made her conceive of what has undone her.
Sing lullaby, baby, bye, bye, bye. The papists thought themselves greatly blessed before the young babe was brought to the test. But now they call Peter's a fool of a priest. Sing lullaby, baby, bye, bye, bye.
The priests, in order to fly to the Pope, are got on board on the Foreign Hope. For all that stay here will be sure of a rope.
Sing lullaby, baby, bye, bye, bye. Would you be a man of fashion? Would you lead a life divine? Take a little dram of passion in a lusty dose of wine. If the nymph has no compassion, vain it is to sigh and groan. Love was but put in for fashion. Wine will do the work alone, do the work alone. A man of favor, would you have your fortune kind? Wear the cross and eat the wafer, and you'll have all things to your mind. If the priest cannot convert you, interest then must do the thing. There be friars can inform you how to please a popish king, to please a popish king. Would you see the papists lowering, lost in a hurry and a fright, and their father Peter scouring, glad of times for happy flight? Stay but till the Dutch are landed, and the show will soon appear. When the infernal court's disbanded, you will stay for Tyburn here, stay for Tyburn here.
Now, the prince is come to town, the nation's dread and hope, who will support the church and throne against the Turk and Pope. The folks have fled that were the head, the prop of popery. If all be true as it is said, then hey, boys, up go we. The queen with her adopted heir is on her way to Rome, and all undone has left us here to dance the dance at home. The Holy Fathers too are flown, St. Peter Gregory, and if a cause should once go down, then hey, boys, up go we. Shelton, Sherborne fled for fear, have rendered up the keys, and now a magazine of war is made the seed of peace. The Chancellor is in the Tower, a woeful sight to see, and when he by the head is lowered, then hey, boys, up go we. Lord Arundel and Bellasis with Powys are withdrawn. The world had not such braves as these to guard a popish throne. When Peterborough turned of late with brawny Salisbury, their hearty necks submit to fate, then hey, boys, up go we. Poulton is in Newgate fast, and some say Father Peter. If they at Tyburn swing at last, who can die martyrs greater? When Father Alice is withdrawn, who was so bold and free, and conquest for his tongue is flown, then hey, boys, up go we. Whitehall and Lucas in the Tower, the fathers fled both great and small. 'Tis time that we Then hey boys, up go we.
Come, come, great orange, come away on thy august voyage. A church and state had made no stay, and Protestants would once more say, Coraggio, 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 coraggio. Stand east, dear wind, till they arrive on their designed voyage, and let each noble soul alive cry loud, qu'il presto revive. Coraggio, 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 coraggio. Look sharp and see the glorious fleet appear in their voyage. With loud huzzas we will them greet, and with both arms and armies meet. Coraggio, 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 coraggio. Then welcome to our English shore, and now I will engage you. We'll thump the Babylonish whore, and kick her trumperies out of door. Coraggio, 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 coraggio. Poor Berwick, how will thy joys oppose this brave voyagio? Thy tallest sparks will be mere toys, O Brandenburg and Swedish boys. Coraggio, 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 coraggio. Dunbarton sputters now like mad against this great voyagio. Old Craven too in sables clad, and Feversham looks monstrous sad. Coraggio, 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 coraggio. But Solmes has took a glorious cause in this warlike voyagio, to guard us from their ravening paws, and to protect our lives and laws. Coraggio, 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 coraggio. Nassau will ridicule the fop by this Belgic voyagio, and make their gaudy feathers drop, their slaughters but a harvest crop. Coraggio, 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 coraggio. Still on advance the Buddha blades, thou'st brought in this voyagio, and since thy laurel never fades, send our foes to the Stygian shades. Coraggio, 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 coraggio. Schomberg thunders here alike in this stormy voyagio. His very name does horror strike, and will slay more than gun or pike. Coraggio, 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 coraggio. The sail of victory will gain after their brave voyagio, and all the liberties maintain, and settle church and state again. Coraggio, 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 coraggio.
What think you of this age now? Popery's in request, and here's the loyalist subject that slights the laws the least. When a Torying they go, they go, they go. When a Torying they do go. What think you of a Whiggish plot and of their evidence, when all the laws can't protect the people's innocence? When a swearing they do go, do go, do go. When a swearing they do go.
What think you of a general that did betray his lord, for which he deserves to swing in catches hepburn cord?
Such a rogue you ne'er did know, did know, did know. Such a rogue you ne'er did know.
What think you to be tried, sir, by by proclamation laws, and zealously destroy a prince who advanced the popish cause.
And to mass to make us go, 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 and to mass to make us go.
What think you of the Chancellor? Be sure he'll do the work, establish a religion, although it were the Turk.
And for interest he'll do so, do so, do so, and for interest he'll do so.
In Lime Street we said mass to advance the popish cause, and set the mayor to guard it against the oath and laws.
To the court you must bow low, bow low, bow low. To the court you must bow low.
What think you of proving a popish army awful, and bantering the church with arguments unlawful?
But a fiddling let him go, go, go. But a fiddling let him go.
What would you give to be, sir, in contrite Francis' place, and egged to a pillory for one small mite of grace?
When recanting he did go, did go, did go. When recanting he did go.
What think you of our penal laws that made the Pope to bow? If damn rogues had not betrayed us, they'd have been as penal now.
But their opinions was not so, not so, not so. Their opinions was not so.
Yet fear we not that buggering dog that sits in Porphyry chair, that swears that he's infallible 'cause he's St. Peter's heir.
'Tis a lie we all do know, do know, do know. 'Tis a lie we all do know. From all popish treasons and the gunpowder plot, from a perjured French tyrant outdone by a shot, and from a progeny whose coats are distinguished by blot, libera nos Domine. From a popish head or a Protestant people, from breaking of leagues either double or triple, from destroying the church and adoring the steeple, libera nos Domine. From new corporations with expedient charters, from gates dressed up with old royalist quarters, from Almer's plot expiate by Abchurch Lane martyrs, libera nos Domine. From a justice that statute law overrules, from juries compounded of knaves and fools, and from mercenary evidence tools, libera nos Domine. From a broken Scotch covenants and sham declarations, from Loyola's fatal insinuations, and from such as again would blow up 3 nations, libera nos Domine.
Now open your eyes, see your apprentices rise, your wives and your daughters obey. For the bucks which they eat were provocative meat, for a brace more their God they'll betray. A brace more their God they'll betray.
Hang ruling by law, 'tis as weak as a straw. When the sword its sharp point shall advance, then off with your coats and put on your boots, for England is modeled by France. For England is modeled by France.
A Catholic prince with an oath can dispense, whenever his measure shall alter. Your shrews and Lord Mayor shall each have a share of a sanctified popish halter.
A sanctified popish halter.
Hark, hark, the time's come, sound trumpet and drum. Do you wonder? 'Tis the gods who do wait at the Bay City gate, and want but the word for to plunder, and want but the word for to plunder.